am I providing those facilities and the resource person, I am also thanking you on behalf of listeners in advance.
Okay. So what would happen is that performance would certainly happen. Now that you have sponsored the keyboard, others will sponsor other things. It'll be a whole show.
I am calling Elsie right after the show.
It will be a great show. It will be a great show. I'm telling you.
No, stop saying
Okay,
that.
great.
You know, when Winston talks about something so much, like, he doesn't do it. So.
Oh, I'll do it.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
We're
this
committed.
this one. I promise on my honor.
All right. That's it. We have a deal then.
Yeah, we have a deal. We got a deal, my
Yeah.
dear.
So the date is the 6th of January.
Yes.
The day America got caught fire.
Oh yeah.
So we'll remember that. We'll remember that on that day, Mama V and Winston promised us. They received our thanks in advance, and they promised to deliver. So we are looking forward to it.
Sharp.
That's it.
Sharp.
Winston, are you aware that Elvis Efriye Ankara is my friend?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, he's a very good friend of mine.
Oh, okay. He celebrates his birthday today.
Yes, and so honorable, happy birthday. You are an incredible young man. And then another special man, Dr. Osekre of Magnet. He is the CEO of a company called Magnet. He is also celebrating his birthday. So it seems like today is the birthday of very, very special people, very, very wonderful people, because I heard the names of the people you are acknowledging. And each of these guys is a fantastic person. So happy birthday to everyone who celebrates today as their birthday. Winston, I'm sure that there are people listening to me this morning who entered 2022 with pain, bitterness, and even anguish. The source of the pain, bitterness, and anguish may vary from one person to the other, but the effect is the same. Namely, they hold back the person harboring them. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to make a statement in this presentation that many of you may not agree with on first hearing it. But I'm sure that by the end of this presentation, the majority of you will come to see my point. It is very easy to carry pain and bitterness and anguish in our hearts for a long time. It is indeed rare to find an adult who has never suffered any rejection or neglect or disappointment or betrayal in life. It may be that your father neglected you and your siblings, and you had to suffer and struggle through life. Or it may be that a friend or a colleague you trusted betrayed you or stabbed you in the back. Or it may be that a boss victimized you and even got rid of you. Whatever it is, the fact is that many of us believe that we have good reason to be bitter and angry with someone or something. Now, here's the statement I'm sure most of you may not agree with, the statement I promised earlier. And here we go. There is nothing anyone has done to you, and there is nothing that has happened to you that has not made you a better person or pushed you to do better in life. Some of us are in great positions because someone made life so difficult for us in a mediocre position that we were forced to move on. Some of us are running our own businesses because once upon a time, a boss victimized us so badly that we were compelled to look for something else to do. I know that there is a man listening to me right now who is a fantastic father because his father was no father at all. And so he resolved to be a far better father to his children than his father was to him. Winston, I had a good father. He was responsible and highly respected in the community, but he had a problem with alcohol. It caused me great distress and embarrassment, even in my preteens. And from seeing how much alcohol held him back and kept him down, and from remembering its effect on me, even as a boy, I have never touched alcohol in my life.
I see.
Now, I know myself and I know how little self-control I have. And so if I did alcohol, I know I would not know where to stop. Thanks to my father's failings, I have escaped the alcohol trap. So let me repeat my statement. There is nothing anyone has done against you, and there is nothing that has happened to you to cause you pain and bitterness that has not helped you to become a better person or helped you to climb higher in life. And that is why we should learn to have a different perspective for the things and the people who have caused us pain. Joseph in the Bible saved the world and his family from a 7-year famine. To accomplish that destiny, he had to come to the attention of Pharaoh at just the right time. Even if this had been revealed to Joseph, there was no way he could have organized and orchestrated events to be at the right place at the right time to interpret Pharaoh's dreams and thereby receive the elevation that put him in the place to accomplish his destiny. The path God chose was to take advantage of the jealousy of Joseph's brothers and allow the devil to plant wicked thoughts in their minds against their brother, culminating in their selling him into slavery. And then Potiphar's wife was recruited to also make a contribution towards pushing Joseph towards his destiny by setting him up and framing him up. Now, if you think Joseph enjoyed these transitions in his life, then think again. I'm sure that Joseph was distressed and traumatized by what he must surely have regarded as the wickedness of his brothers. His coming to appreciate God's hand in all that had happened to him came only after he found himself the second in command in Egypt and realized that he had been given the mission of saving the world from famine, a famine that was to last for 7 years. Now, I'm sure that Joseph's brothers had no idea that God was going to use their wickedness, their malice, and hatred towards their brother to save they themselves and the rest of the world and to fulfill the very dream they were trying to extinguish. Mm-hmm. If they knew that in selling Joseph, they were pushing him towards his greatness, I'm sure they would never have done so. In 1992, a very godly man I had come to trust and respect used my trust in him to manipulate a board to sack me. For 1.5 years, I was totally lost. I did not know what had hit me, and I was very bitter. But that bitter and traumatic experience also freed me from some shackles. Mm-hmm. It freed me to be a very independent-minded person and to live without any self-imposed limitations. If that godly man had not manipulated the board against me, there would have been no Uncle Ebo White, and there definitely would have been no Roverman Productions. Of that, I am very sure. And that is life. Many of us need to be pushed towards our destiny. The problem is that the process of being nudged in the way we should go is not always pretty or predictable. Some of the people we hate right now, we should start being grateful for, because in their malice towards us, they have actually created the conditions for us to move into the place we need to be. Take the case of Jesus. We know he was betrayed by Judas and that justice was denied him. We know he was tortured and crucified and died. With the benefit of hindsight, we know that his crucifixion and death led to our salvation. We know that he needed to go through all that suffering to become the Christ. But when it was happening, not even the powers of darkness who were manipulating the high priest and the chief priest and the teachers of the law and the Pharisees and the Sadducees knew what was going on. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 8 says, and I'm quoting, "None of the rulers of this age understood it. If they had, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory." End of quote. In other words, the crucifixion of Jesus was masterminded by the powers of darkness referred to as the rulers of this age. And what the Bible is saying is that they did not know that their hatred and wickedness towards Jesus will result in Jesus actually becoming the Christ. There's a lesson here for all of us. Those who betray us and those who move against us and those who treat us badly or unfairly do us a huge favor unawares. It is a very difficult lesson to accept, but it is the truth. And the evidence of the truth is all around us. This is a new year. To make the most of the year, we all need to learn to leave bitterness and anger and resentment behind. And the best way to do that is to realize that those who cause us pain and the things that distress us, they are divinely ordained to push us towards our greatness. Without them, we will not step into our destiny. So let's free ourselves from bitterness and pain and anger. And let's remember that there is nothing or anyone that has caused us pain who has not been used to bless us by pushing us towards our better selves and our greatness. So let's indeed make 2022 a happy, a blessed, and a prosperous year for all of us. And Winston, that is my presentation for this morning.
Uncle, thank you very, very much. You're right. I mean, whatever happens to you would affect you. And in many of the instances, it would push you into greatness. So what you started by saying is indeed the situation.
That's right. Yeah. And we need to recognize that. Otherwise, then we blame people, and yet they have been used to help us unawares. Of course, they didn't know. That was not their intention. They would, when they were doing those things to us, they didn't intend to help us. But thank God that He works all things together for our good.
Yeah. Thank you very, very much, Uncle Ebowite, for joining us with Food for Thought, brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. Time now for the Joy Business Minute. It's brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG. We stand with you, and NCA Insurance, the real face of insurance.
Hi, and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and NCA Insurance. NCA, the real face of insurance. The Social Security and National Insurance Trust has extended the deadline for members of the scheme